So yeah, again, wasn't the first vid I was planning on doing tonight, but I came across this on Facebook from the Seagull Appreciation Society, and I noticed that one of the admin there apparently had decided to turn off commenting for the post. I wonder why. Yeah, I mean, some of the comments were, well, nah, I'm not believing this. Yeah, like, or it doesn't actually make sense. Why would you be doing this? You know, unless, of course, you think of the bigger picture, which is they're going after all sources of protein, meat, all the rest of it. Now, remember, and you could hit this from so many angles. In this particular article, the link being here, Chris Packham has warns that UK may need to stop feeding garden birds. Yeah, because by stopping feeding them, you know, the feeding of birds, it will help save them. And of course, the inference is about disease of various kinds. But I would argue, I mean, think of that bigger picture, and it's a bit like, well, insects, and I've covered it over the years. And most people of a few decades or more older than, well, the young team will remember that insects were far more of a thing. You went out in a car, your dad, you're out with the family, whatever, right? That windscreen was getting covered in bugs, yeah, in the summer. Pretty much. And I'm telling you, it's next to nothing now. It's next to nothing. Now, think about what is it that birds historically are known for eating? A lot of insects, yeah? Now, if you find that the insect population is far less than it used to be, yeah, it also stands to reason that there's far less birds than there used to be, yeah? And then add to that the usage from 70s, 80s, whenever onwards of glyphosates in agriculture. And then, of course, add to that 2G, 3G, 4G, now 5G. Yeah. I mean, I keep saying, no matter from what angle you look at this, it's still an interconnected death cult. But where they're going on this one, well, they'll be demonising feeding birds of all kinds, even in your garden. Imagine it. Even in your own home, if you're lucky enough to have a garden, all the rest of it, then your neighbour's going to start spying on you because you were feeding birds. Think about this. Seriously. And there's people out there going, can chickens, as an example, actually get flu? Yeah. It's a question, because you have to ask, why aren't they dying by the tens of thousands? No, they're being culled by the tens of thousands, yeah, but they're not dying by the tens of thousands. In fact, very few of them die of anything other than, well, the usual. But this is ultimately about totally destroying the food supply, and as things get desperate over time, well, if you put the pressure on, yet again, on native birds, because remember, believe me, when you all of a sudden are told, well, you're only allowed 20 grams of protein a week or a month, you're going to start looking at other sources. Oh, by the way, if you have a doubt in that, well, look at our uninvited guests going and quite literally into lakes and just killing swans and fucking off to cook them. Quality source of protein as far as they're concerned. As far as Western society is concerned, well, we never used to be anywhere close to where we are now in the scary, scary terms. I.e., these people are absolutely destroying every single fucking decent source of protein, and birds are not exempt from that one. Because once they've culled all the fucking farm birds, seriously, there's a much bigger picture being played here. Much bigger picture. Anyway, as always, I could do a better job, but I mean, come on.